We're gonna go over here to collection. Look at this beautiful cast of characters. We got bruisers, we got tanks, we got assassins, we got support characters, we got mages, we got every single character for whatever playstyle fits you. If you're playing MultiVersus for the first time, you don't know what to play. Look at all this cast of characters. There's like 15,000 characters to pick from. And when the game releases, it's gonna be even more. So you're confused, you just hop into this game and you have 2,000, maybe 3,000 coins. You only have enough to buy one fighter. Which one do you pick? There are so many to pick from. What is your playstyle? So right now I'm gonna break down which character is the best for you to start off, easiest characters to play with for every playstyle that there is. I believe for you to actually get the fundamentals of this game, Shaggy is probably the best character for that. He is probably the most well-balanced character. I believe they balanced the whole game around Shaggy, in my opinion. He has very good move sets. He has decent enough speed. He's just very solid overall. He's pretty basic in his moveset in a way that means that it's not too hard to understand. It's pretty easy to pick it up and to master. And if you're gonna learn the fundamentals of this game, if you're hopping onto this game blind, I would recommend Shaggy. He's easy to pick up, pretty good. Even in the higher ladder ranks, he's always gonna be amazing. He's a bruiser hybrid, so don't expect exactly super much speed, super much tankiness, but he has really good defense. And hybrid meaning that he can either go for horizontal or vertical play, focusing, especially with those rages and everything that englobes his moveset. He's definitely a hybrid. There are certain characters which are more inclined to be vertical playing or horizontal playing and stuff like that. So these hybrids basically mean that you can play them. They're very adaptive in their play style. Next up, if you like being tanky, if your main in Smash was like King K. Rool or something, if you like not having your opponents stop you every single time you try to do anything and you want that beefy super armor, I believe Superman is the main for you. He has a pretty basic moveset, but also very strong. A lot of his movements actually have super armor, which is a mechanic that basically means whenever you're charging that attack, any opponent cannot stop you while you're charging it, at least not with one attack. They have to deal 2 attacks to actually stop you, or a armor breaking attack with the purple strike. But by the time they do their first attack, you're already on their face, punching them across the side of their screen, out of their monitor, onto their faces. Superman is extremely strong. He's hybrid, meaning that he is extremely strong both in the air and in the ground. So if you're picking up this game, if you're new to this game and you want a character that is very beefy, tanky, and dishes out a lot of damage without worrying too much about your opponent counterplays, at least in the beginning, at least in the beginner side of the game, then yeah, Superman is a great pick. He is a tank, meaning that in the team side of the game, which the game is actually designed for 2v2s rather than 1v1s, he will act most likely as a tank to your ally. So your ally can focus on dishing out damage. He can be a mage or he can be like a support to actually help out you as the tank while you're basically being the focus, the center of attention for your team. You can see that with a lot of tanks. For example, Iron Giant, he's literally 2 or 3 times the size of any other character, and he takes up so much of the screen that the opponents have no choice but to not ignore him and focus on Iron Giant in the middle of their screen. Superman is similar in the way that he is always going to be moving towards the opponents, applying that super armor, not letting your opponents actually have too much counterplay against them, while your ally focuses on doing whatever they're best at. If you like combos, you're new to this game, you don't know what to pick, but you do know you like having those flashy, stun-like combos that don't allow for your opponent to make much counterplay, and that you like actually focusing on one aspect of your character, I would say Finn is probably a very good initial character to pick, or Taz actually has been nerfed. If you're new to the game and you love combos, I would say Finn is a very good one. He is a horizontal horizontal assassin, meaning that he actually excels horizontally in the screen. So he's always going to be looking for those ground attacks or even air attacks as long as they're in his horizontal. So no actual other character can beat him horizontally when they're going face to face against him, but vertically they can definitely beat him. He's not that strong vertically. This is not to mean that he's weak in the air. He is still very strong in the air. It's only that his attacks are horizontal even in the air. So for example, one of his signature moves is a backpack move where he spins around and uses his backpack that actually scales with coins that he has, which is another mechanic that Finn has. That basically is a horizontal top Beyblade assassin thing that just deals so much damage, has so much range, and still works while he's in the air. So that does not mean that he's weak in the air. He's just focusing horizontally wherever he is on the screen. And he is an assassin, which means that he is focusing. He's trying to deal as much damage and being in your face as possible. Bruisers are very well rounded. Tanks are very focused on their health. Supports are very focused on their allies or on abilities or on some kind of different support mechanic. And mages are very focused on cooldowns. That means that assassins are very focused on dishing out damage quickly, trying to finish off your opponent while being in their faces at all times. Yeah, Finn is a very good starter assassin. He's a very good starter combo character. He's very good at dealing those combos, especially with some starters. For example, his passive is that he can charge attacks while being on the ground, and he can move them while he's charging them, which is a very great combo starter to any kind of combo that you want to do with Finn. So definitely try out Finn if you want to be able to deal damage. You know, the ladder is already infested with Finns everywhere. If you love playing support on your games, if you love having that ally depend on you and actually thank you at the end of every game because you are their god, I would say a very good starter character for supporting other people, Velma. Velma is a fantastic support that is not too hard to play and will actually dish out insane amount of damage while helping your ally with cooldowns of abilities, while debuffing enemies, while doing everything in the match. She can heal your ally with the right perks and with certain abilities. She is just a support menace. Yeah, she's fantastic. She is a horizontal support, meaning that most of her abilities rely on horizontal attacks. She's still a support, which means that she is trying to excel in 2v2s. She's always going to be a great 2v2 option. This is not to mean that she's going to be bad in 1v1s. She's still fantastic in 1v1s if you're good with her. If you saw my tier list, every single character is fantastic in 1v1s as long as you know how to play them. As long as you master the fundamentals of this game, you will get high rank and you will be very good with any character that you main in this game. So do not worry about how good your character is in 1v1s or 2v2s or whatever. This guide is to help you pick up the first character you're gonna hop onto, see what kind of playstyle you like while actually matching it to a character that is good and easy to understand in the beginning of the game for you. So Velma is a very good pick for that, for support mains and any other game that are now starting in MultiVersus. If you like throwing projectiles, if you like having those cooldowns and managing your game as if it was an RTS, and you are hopping onto MultiVersus for the first time, what are you gonna pick? A couple options. LeBron James is a very projectile focused character. Tom and Jerry is also very projectile focused, but he's very hard to play, I would say. Harley Quinn has some projectiles and she's pretty good. Rain Dog is actually a support role that has insane projectiles everywhere in the screen, but I would say it's a lot of managing and takes a lot of skill to actually take care of this. So what should you pick? None of these. You should pick Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is a fantastic character. That doesn't matter if you're gonna focus on the projectiles that he has, which he has so many cooldowns and projectiles to use from, but he's always gonna be good with his normal moveset already. His hammer, his normal basic attack moveset is already amazing. Plus all of his cooldowns and all of his actual projectiles just make him I'm a very solid, amazing pick for starter players anywhere that want to learn how to use cooldowns in MultiVersus. You're going to be managing a lot with Bugs Bunny, but it's not too complicated because every move is kind of self-explanatory. It's not like there's too much science behind every single one of them, but be ready because you're going to see a lot of cooldowns on your screen that you will be trying to manage. It's kind of the same with Velma, but Velma is a little bit more laid back since she's a support character and Bugs Bunny is a mage. Mage is probably the hardest class for beginners, but if you really like using projectiles and keeping yourself safe while attacking your opponent from a distance or being able to threaten them when they get close to you, Bugs Bunny is probably the best pick for you to pick up on when you're starting this game. And that was the beginner's guide to what you're gonna main first in MultiVersus. If you like it and if you like the video, you can leave a like and subscribe. And I do these live. Maybe you want to keep up with the stream. I'll see you later. Bye bye.